Hello everybody, Hunter Bakes here, back with a review for you all, here with another movie review everybody. Today's review everybody is going to be on Wonder Woman 1984. For those of you who remember, back in 2017, I reviewed the first Wonder Woman movie there. I really enjoyed it there, I gave it my highest score of a must-watch there. So, that'd be fair to check out the sequel there, see how it holds up compared to the first movie there. Now, I did hear some rather mixed things about the film, with some people really enjoy it, with others saying it's one of the worst DC EU films to date. So, film's been divided in terms of opinions there. So, but I want to make sure to give the film a fair shake there, stuff like that, going into it, stuff like that. So yeah. As usual, everyone be going my viewer sorry the burp there, my tongue twister. Sorry about that. But anyways, like everyone, as usual, I usually do a review in 3 parts there: the plot summary, the pros and cons I had with the movie, a review, and overall thoughts there, and final a recommendation overall recommendation there. So yeah. So I'm going to start with the plot summary for Wonder Woman 1984. Everyone, I will be going into detail with some spoilers of the movie here, so if you haven't seen the movie, I recommend you watch it first before watching the review here. But if you've already seen it, then you already continue. Yeah, we'll all watch the review there. So yeah. For those who haven't seen it yet, spoiler warnings up ahead there. So yeah. Film starts out at Mascara, Wonder Woman's home island there. Sure, when she was younger there, she was participating in a race, but she got stopped by her mother because she ended up taking a shortcut during the race there. So like that, so her mother disqualified her for the race. So like that there, and she ends up with Diana's mother telling her to always be truthful to herself there, not take the easy way out. So like that, and be honest, and stuff like that. And her time will come and stuff like that there. So yeah. Then fast forward to the year 1984. Diana, that's Wonder Woman's first name, in case you don't know. She, just in the modern life that time there, with her getting a job at the Smithsonian there, Washington D.C. By the beginning, before she starts, she ends up stopping a robbery there for a jewelry store. Beginning the film there. After that, and the other job there during the day, she ended up befriending Barbara, who ended up becoming Cheetah later on in the movie there. And she was brought along to identify artifacts that the murder was trying to steal earlier in the movie there. Since it was a jewelry store, but the jewelry store was having ancient artifacts there, sell the black market there, so yeah. Although later on the film, it's revealed that one of the artifacts there, it turns out to be a wishing stone there, which is able to grant a wish a person wants there. However, it ends up taking something from that person as well. So it's a give and take sort of thing there. Also, there's a movie about him. Wonder Woman also ends up, and Barbara ended up being Max Lord, who's the antagonist of the film there. He ends up taking the stone at one point there. After swinging Barbara, Barbara, she ended up using the stone herself there to become more like Diana. And Wonder Woman, she ended up using a stone at one point in the movie there to wish back her boyfriend Steve for the first Wonder Woman movie. And Max Lord ended up wishing to become the stone itself there. He ends up getting the powers to grant people's wishes there and stuff like that. But he ended up taking something for that for the people over time there. And things start getting bad there. It's up to Wonder Woman and Steve to stop Max Lord causing destruction there. but she also runs the Confident Barber there, as she ends up losing, what made her, a good person there, so yeah. That's pretty much a summary of the plot there by, of Wonder Woman by Wonder Woman 1984, so. Now on to the pros and cons there by, now, for those of you who remember back in the first Wonder Woman movie, I reviewed the first Wonder Woman movie, everybody, I didn't necessarily have any cons for the film there. There are a couple things I found issue with the sequel there, but I will get to that in a second. I'll get to that a little bit, discuss the pros everybody I've had with the movie. First off, of course, the acting's very well done there. Everybody did a great job. Especially Kamal. Sorry, what? Sorry about the burp there. Also had some minor words mixed in my head there. I guess our burper would. I'll try to keep it under control here. So I had some practice not too long ago, everybody. So apologies for burping. So as for the minor words mixed in my head there, I'll try to keep it under control here in the video here. So anyways, back to saying here. First, I'll be discussing the pros. The pros, everybody. First of all, everyone, I thought all the actors did a great job. With the performances of the movie there, especially Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman and Pedro Pascal as Max Lord there. So, acting-wise, don't really have any complaints with that. Everybody did a great job. The story itself was decently well told for the most part there. I'll get to that in a bit. I thought the action scenes were well done there and stuff like that. So yeah, for the most part. So yeah, and I pretty much liked all the characters in the movie there. So yeah. So everyone, that's pretty much all the pros of the movie by but there are, like everyone, I said in the previous Wonder Woman movie, everybody didn't necessarily have any complaints, but there are some things that did take some issue with Wonder Woman 1984 there. Felt like they could have bettered on certain aspects there, so yeah. The first where would be in for it being in the year 1984 when they don't really use the environment much there to make it feel like it's the 1980s there. I mean, aside from some references to the fashion style there, like with the montage with Wonder Woman and Steve, I've seen trying different clothes there. And one scene where they're visiting the guy who was researching to the Wishing Stone, and Stone's apparently been through different points in time period there, in the Mayan time period there, at least in the film story there, and you get to see a magazine with professional wrestler Jerry Keith Lawler, who was very popular back in the 80s there. But aside from that, the film doesn't really use the environment much to make it feel like the 1980s there, or make the feel like it's in the 80s there. But I feel like you have to take the overall plot of the movie to about a modern time period, that's a little bit closer to modern day, and it would still play out relatively the same there. If the film done some more things to make it feel like the 80s there, I feel like, I would fix the problem there. But the good example I would give is the 2017 remake of It. The story, that film takes place in the 80s as well there. I thought that film did, comparing it to Wonder Woman 1984, I thought it did a much better job, capturing the feel of the 80s there, but not just from, having people dressed like they're from the 80s there, and, the references, the films that were popular back in the time period there, but they also had arcade machines, the characters had arcade machines there, some other stuff like that there that were around back in the 1980s, so. Felt like if Wonder Woman 1984 did that did something similar there. That would have been easy to fix that problem there, but I said they don't really embrace the environment of it being 1984 there, so there'll be like a couple of scenes, but that's about it. So some minor references, but that's about it. The second issue I have with the filler by is the inclusion of Steve. Everyone was a fan of the first Wonder Woman movie. It was nice to see him again, but his inclusion was shoehorned in there. Everybody wouldn't have known if you just want. If for those who see the movie, you might get where I'm coming from there, but those who haven't seen the film, you may not have doing it to where you would not have noticed he was in it there. Probably included without being included plot summary there, but because the film says that Wonder Woman ends up using the wishing stone to bring Steve back, but she only touched the stone like one time before the events started to play out there and stuff like that. It was when she was looking at it for the first time with Barbara, but she didn't necessarily make a wish with it there. There wasn't any scenes of her making a wish to bring Steve back. And in order for someone to work there, a person has to say I wish for it and say what they want to wish for there, so and thus they'll grant them a wish. But the film doesn't show Wonder Woman doing that there. For some reason, they didn't include that. They did include a scene of Wonder Woman making a wish with a stone there. Thus making Steve's reveal and the reunion of him and Wonder Woman a lot less impactful there. So, now this could have been an easy fix if Wonder Woman if Warner Brothers include a scene of Wonder Woman Steve. Sorry, what am I referring to? If Wonder Woman used the stone there, be aware of its powers there, so that. I mean, the movie's over 2.5 hours long, so so they could have easily squeezed it at scene there. Wonder Woman wishing Steve to come back there. So yeah. But since they didn't do that there, makes Steve's inclusion in the film like a shoehorn there. He's only there that makes sure Wonder Woman has conflict, because during the duration of the film, with Wonder Woman making the wish there, she slowly but surely loses her powers. Until she renounces the wish. But since that scene didn't happen there at the beginning, and the film ended up telling us instead of just showing us there, it makes it a lot less impactful, the reunion and the interaction with Wonder Woman and Steve there, so yeah. And the only other gripe I have with the movie, everybody, and some stuff involving with Barbara. Thought Barbara was a good character, when her build-up was, her development into Cheetah was well done for the most part there, except for how she transformed into Cheetah there. Now, everyone, when Barbara ends up becoming Cheetah there, she ends up doing through another wish from Max there, but Cheetah made it Barbara made a very vague wish there. She simply said, I wish to be an apex predator, which, well, technically a cheetah is an apex predator there. It's a very vague, at least these are very vague there. She could have turned into a random animal-human hybrid. There's several other apex predators there, like sharks, lions, tigers, bears, alligators. Yeah. And several other animals that can qualify being an apex predator. Yeah. So makes her transformation of cheetah very random there. So. And speaking of cheater everybody, I watched a couple reviews of everybody. Before watching a movie everybody, and I've heard some people say that the CGI, on Cheetah was not that good, and it made the fight scene awkward with her and Wonder Woman in the end there. And when it got to know it, yeah, the CGI did look awkward there from what I saw of it. Now, I will say it's not as bad as the CGI in the Cats movie there. but yeah, the CGI was not the best, the most well done out there, so. And it made the final fight scene between Wonder Woman and Cheetah very awkward there. And not that good. Which is a shame because that's supposed to be the final fight scene there. And I've seen other forms of entertainment there where Cheetah and Wonder Woman had very back and forth battles there. A good example there would be another Wonder Woman movie there. Although it's for the DC animated trade video releases there. Wonder Woman Bloodlines. There was a fight scene between her and Cheetah in that movie there, and I thought that fight scene was, looking back, I thought that fight scene was actually a lot better compared to the movie, compared to the fight they're fighting the Wonder Woman 1984 there. Yeah, and I know things have been a little bit difficult there with people working on different things there in the entertainment business with COVID still go around and whatnot, but when my mixed up here. Sorry, when Warner Brothers had about the film was supposed to come out in June of 2020, and because of the pandemic there, Warner Brothers ended up postponing the release to Christmas this last year there on HBO Max. And Warner Brothers they had an extra 6 months to help make sure to polish out the CGI there, make sure it looked a lot better, make sure it looked better there and stuff like that. But the fact that they didn't choose to do that there, it made the fight scene a lot less impactful there and awkward there. So as exciting there and awkward there, which is a shame because like I said, I've seen Cheetah and Wonder Woman have some great fights to other forms of entertainment there, from movies and the comics there and stuff like that. And would it be the final fight scene there? Fight scene of the movie, you want to make sure you give it your all in that and there. But felt like the action scenes in the middle and the beginning portion of the films were a lot better executed there compared to the final fight between Cheetah and Wonder Woman at the end there. So everybody, it's pretty much all the cons I have to bring up for Wonder Woman 1984 there. I'll do my overall final thoughts or what. Anyway, overall, everyone, compare this to the first Wonder Woman movie, everybody. I do still prefer the first movie over the second one there. And while the second one does have, that being said, while the second one does have some major issues there, I still had a relatively overall good time watching the movie there. There were more pros and cons to the film, and my overall enjoyment of the film wasn't necessarily ruined despite the issues I brought up. Now I can see people not being too fond of Wonder Woman 1984 due to the issues I brought up here in my review, but if you look past that, everyone, Wonder Woman 1984 is still an enjoyable film there. It's not the best in the DCU lineup there, but it's not the worst. Still overall solid film there. So if you enjoy the movie, if you enjoy the first movie there, if you look past the issues I brought up here, the second movie, I can see you having a relatively good time watching Wonder Woman 1984. As for my overall final verdict, everybody, or overall recommendation one, I probably give Wonder Woman 1984 a watch it rating there. So, like I said, it's not as good as the first movie there, and there are definitely some major issues that fit with the overall film there. I can see people turning away from it there, but I personally still had a really good time watching the movie there. If you look past the if you can look past the flaws I brought up within Wonder Woman 1984, I can see people who enjoyed the first movie still have a relatively good time watching the sequel there. So everybody, if you have HBO Max there, you haven't checked out Wonder Woman 1984, I think you should try. If you want to watch it there, so yeah. So it's not the best. It's not as good as the first movie there, but still relatively good film overall. So yeah. That pretty much wraps things up, everybody, for this review, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed the video, everyone. If you did, make sure to like the button. If you're new to the channel, just subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, so we say the uploads here. I'll see you all next time, the next video. Until then, has her big out. Peace.